Hello everyone, my name's Robert and welcome to the RobCast, the podcast where me and my co-host Joshua talk about TV shows, movies, and everything about pop culture. How are you doing today, Joshua?
Quite well, my dear fellow Rob. Fall is upon us.
Yes, it is.
Seasons are changing and so are my pants, but I'm quite excited. And
Exactly, moving from short to long pants.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, exactly.
Haha.
Yes. Anyway, on today's RobCast podcast, we're going to go deep into some very exciting news. I swear, in the past week, they've been dumping us with things to talk about. Very lengthy podcast today about news.
It's more Rob texting me, wow, we have so many things to talk about, and me being like, cool.
I don't know anything about any of these things.
I know everything about everything, Rob, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, speaking of which, I have a bone to pick with you over a recent podcast episode title.
What?
Let me look this up here. Tenet reviewed by two guys who don't know anything about the movie, I believe is what it was called.
Was it? I'm not sure. It's
I
a
think
great title.
Tenet reviewed by two people who didn't understand the movie. I think, who published the episode initially, Robert?
I believe you did.
I did.
Yeah.
And what did I title the podcast, Robert?
Boring Tenet review.
Tenet review.
It's so.
It's not boring because
man.
no one's seen Tenet because it's not even out in theaters yet. Back in the day when I wanted to do exciting titles, you were like, no, just label it Predator 1987. And now when I'm like, okay, fine, whatever, I'll label it Tenet review.
Because your idea for a title was Rob is a predator. You can see why I wouldn't have want the podcast to be named Rob is a Predator.
That's only half true, okay?
That is the whole truth and nothing but the
We could have done Rob and Josh are predators. It's fine. Point is, this is worse because it's not even. It mentions what the movie's about, but it's not exciting. It makes it seem dumb.
Well, our listeners, we're just like the listeners. We also didn't, because no one did.
I understood it perfectly. I know everything about everything. I'm the smartest man alive.
Well, if you want to see Joshua tell everything about the movie, go back and listen to the 10 episode, because that was definitely a fun one to do.
Yeah.
Just me trying to understand this movie.
It was a bit confusing. But so when I initially we were getting ready to do the pod, and I went in and I'm like, Rob, what did you title this episode? I was about to yell at him. Then I'm like, oh wow, I got 20 views, 20 listens. Never mind, you did good.
Gosh, we're gonna look back in 5 years and we're gonna be like, damn, 20 listens. Oh, what
That's
a joke.
So much.
We have 7.3 million.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely what we're
per
gonna do.
episode.
Agreed. Yeah.
This episode's gonna get. If this episode does not get 100
if this episode
views,
gets 30 views,
30. Ooh,
I will
that's
post
big
a shirtless pic on the RobCast Twitter, which we forgot the password to.
Damn.
Not even joking.
Wearing a Mandalorian helmet.
Wearing a Mandalorian helmet. Agreed. Yeah, I'm serious. If I'm not even joking. If this podcast gets 30 listens, I will post a shirtless pic on the RobCast Twitter account wearing a Mandalorian helmet. I'm not joking at all.
What's the time frame here?
1 week.
1 week. Ooh,
1 week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Mandalorian, Joshua, we have some very exciting news.
Let's hit the clip.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. This is RobCast Podcast news segment coming to you live.
So this week we had a plentiful amount of trailers and other news. How about we jump right into the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer, Joshua?
That sounds like an excellent idea, my good friend Rob.
Yes, it does.
So the Mandalorian comes to Earth.
What?
At the beginning of the trailer, you saw the broken down ship heading towards a planet that was very clearly looked like Earth.
Wait, what? What are you referring to, Joshua? I have no... You're dumb.
What are you talking about? They were going to Earth!
It's just... It could be any number of planets that have trees and water on it.
I mean, but which planet are we on? And which planet is Mandalorian on? Earth.
Yeah, but still, Star Wars is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Not in present time where Earth was made,
okay,
and
whatever,
close to this galaxy.
Anyways, you were saying a long time
ago. Anyway, Mandalorian Season 2 comes out October 30th. It is looking very good. Like honestly, I feel like now we're getting some stuff because there's a lot of stuff that was filmed back, who knows when, that's just starting to be in finished production. Right. Like there's a lot of Netflix movies and stuff like this, which have wrapped filming, but they just have to be edited, sound designed, and had to do all the post-production. So we're seeing all this Mandalorian and WandaVision and all these shows are coming out now because they just finally finished up and wrapped.
Yeah, like I believe even Giancarlo Esposito, he plays the dude with the black saber at the end of the first season.
Pierce's brother, yes, from Community.
Yes, of course. Yeah, he said something about like he thinks that the show is gonna lay the groundwork for like season 3 and 4, and that's where you're really gonna start to get answers. That's a little concerning for me.
Yeah,
I mean, this show was so good because it was so self-contained and it worked well as like a one-season thing. If you start setting things up in later seasons, it's just gonna get boring because there's only so much you can. Like, obviously, people tune in for the lore of Star Wars, but the appeal of Mandalorian season 1, I think, was that anyone could basically tune in and they could enjoy it whether they were a Star Wars fan or not.
Yeah, like you loved it and you.
Well, I enjoyed it. I didn't love it.
Okay. You tolerated it.
It was good. I liked it.
And you're not the biggest Star Wars fan. Like, you've seen the main movies, but you haven't read in the expanded lore or
I have.
TV series.
You don't know. Okay. When I was when I was younger than when I was back in
my day.
Back when I was a young lad of like maybe like 12, 13, 10, whatever years old.
So long ago.
I read all of these little books about Ferris O'Lean and the prequels and Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi and
What's a book?
All of that stuff.
I'm someone from this area.
Ferris O'Lean could have saved the Emperor's life.
Oh.
He blocked a gun with the lightsaber.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, he didn't really save his life because he was...
Wait, when the lightsaber just go right through the gun?
No, he blocked a bullet or like the laser bullet.
With the lights? Oh, okay. Wait.
Have you not seen Star Wars,
Rob? The gun with the lightsaber? I'm so confused.
Yeah, some dude tried to pistol whip the Emperor, and he blew his lightsaber. He's like, "No, you should
not smack him up with that with this gun." Have you seen him? He's so frail and white. I feel like if you got pistol whipped, he would just like fall down.
Yeah, that's true. At that point, he was Palpatine, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, I know a thing or two because I've read a thing or two.
Okay.
Also, it was a while ago and I forgot all of it.
Exactly.
So I don't know anything.
And you haven't seen Clone Wars, which is basically like half of like the expanded universe of this point.
I watched the movie.
Oh, guys, that's the one part. That's the one part that's exclusively bad. That and the Jar Jar episodes.
Oh, and I can yell, "I'm a diplomat."
I like aggressive negotiations with a lightsaber.
It's a bad Obi-Wan impression.
Wait, that was supposed to be Obi-Wan?
Yeah. Yes. Hello there.
That's better.
Or
General Kenobi.
Yeah. Or General Grievous. I'm gonna fight you with the lightsaber.
Anyway, we please to talk about the Mandalorian.
Yeah, let's talk about the trailer, Rob. So they're on Earth.
They're on Earth. They're on a beach.
Actually teamed up with Bono.
Yeah.
To stop get Baby Yoda to put it in a zoo.
Exactly.
Where Kim Kardashian and the Kardashians would sell tickets.
Yeah. And then we would come and sell T-shirts there, Baby Yoda and merchandise, and make a plentiful profit.
Actually, we're in it.
Yeah, we're in it. Yeah, we're actually in the show, guys. Surprise!
Yeah, we team up with the Mandalorian to assassinate Obama. It's very convoluted, but it saves Baby Yoda from certain death.
Exactly. Okay. God, this is.
Let's talk about the trailer. Come on.
I love how this is so derailed right at the beginning. This is great. Anyway, I'm gonna hit some nice quick pitches. Not pitches, more theories of how I think this would go.
Ooh.
As soon as I saw this trailer, there's a few shots of them on an ice planet.
Yes, hot.
And okay.
Every ice planet's hot.
Yeah, every ice planet's hot. Joshua, you just wow. Anyway, so basically, it's probably not Hoth because basically there'd be no reason for Mandalorian to go to Hoth because there's no significance except for the Rebel base, which has no significance to the Jedi. But there is another ice planet known in Star Wars mythos, which is actually very connected to the Jedi, and that's the planet, excuse my pronunciation, Lumen, which was featured heavily in the Star Wars animated series, The Clone Wars. Ahsoka has been there before. So is Yoda, and also in the Jedi Fallen Order game, you go there and there's a Jedi temple.
Interesting.
Basically, this planet is known as the ultimate hive mind of kyber crystals, which, as you know, is the essential component to make lightsabers in the Star Wars universe.
Exactly.
And after the Empire took over, after Episode 3, construction started to be made, which led to later on where that planet became Starkiller Base. With this Kyber Center core working very well as a super destructive capability killing machine. Because basically in Rogue One we find out that Kyber crystals powered the Death Star. Well, we didn't find out, but
did we find out?
it wasn't found out, but it was confirmed the fact that kyber crystals were the powering the Death Star.
I'm just thinking whether it would have been nice if they explained all this stuff to us in the movies or not. I wonder.
They did.
They didn't. Did they actually explicitly say it?
Okay, well, Okay.
Like about the kyber crystals?
Yeah, that was the whole plot point in Rogue One. It's like, yes, they raided this Jedi temple for all the kyber crystals in it.
It's been a while since I watched Rogue One.
Rogue One's such a good movie, man.
It's fine.
I loved it.
The ending's pretty good.
Yeah, it's based Star Wars but a war movie, but I enjoyed it greatly.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to The Mandalorian.
Fair enough. So yeah, speaking of Ahsoka, we see her early on in the trailer.
No.
While they're talking about the Jedi. What do you mean?
Are you talking about that shaded person?
The hooded character. That wasn't that Rosario Dawson?
Have you never seen Ahsoka before?
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Here, okay, let me Google an image of Ahsoka.
She's probably wearing a. Oh my god! Please don't break your laptop.
Okay, this is Ahsoka.
Yeah, I know what Ahsoka looks like. Maybe it's just hidden.
She's orange and she has giant things that coming out of her head.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that could fit under a hood like that.
No, I thought it was just Rosario Dawson. Maybe she puts on her Ahsoka mask after.
That probably could be Sabine, Mandalorian descendant from the actual Mandalore the Great, I believe, who appeared in the Rebels TV series, which is vastly worse than the Clone Wars, because that is actually made to be a child show, unlike Clone Wars, which is a child show made for adults.
Oh wow, I'm on crack. A child's show in sheep's clothing, if you will.
Sure.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, so basically, Ahsoka and Sabine in the end of Rebels went off to explore the galaxy, have fun, their own spin-off series. But it appears that that's going to be tied into Mandalorian, because we all know Rosario Dawson will be appearing in the show in some shape or form.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, some shape or form. Who's to say?
Maybe she shaved off her, head.
Yeah, maybe she was tortured
and
forced to look like Rosario Dawson in real life.
Exactly.
I mean, not that. I mean, just compared to being Ahsoka, and that seems painful to cut off her stuff. Rosario Dawson, obviously, she's
it's like
lovely
the
woman
scene of like X-Men: The Last Stand
nice and all that.
It's the opening scene of X-Men: The Last Stand, just with the angel like cutting off his wings.
Yeah, exactly.
That's such a good movie, man. The Last
Stand.
Okay, no, like I'm saying the opening scenes of just all the X-Men movies are just great because they're all doing like these little short films. It's just like,
sure,
here's a kid shaving his wings off in the bathroom and like, oh, Dad, I don't want to be done with that. I don't know, like, because like even like any X-Men, it's getting so much strike. Any X-Men beginning opening scene is great, and then the movie just plummets from down there.
Really? I mean, again, it's been a while since I watched the X-Men movies, but
even like the bad Wolverine movies, I'm not sure about Origins.
Those ones are so annoying.
No, but the one where he goes to like Tokyo, Japan.
I wasn't a fan of that one.
I liked it. No, just because the opening, it's like him in like a concentration camp or something, or some sort of like he's a prisoner and he saves like this army dude, and then like for like a nuclear bomb, and he's just like all burnt and stuff. We're never gonna get through this episode, are we?
No, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched the X-Men movies, but I remember that the first two are generally viewed as being good, and the third one less so. Mm-hmm. The standalone Wolverine movies I'm not necessarily a fan of. Could have done more with that character.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Or you could have done less with the side character, who is really not the main focus of the X-Men. There's a lot of other stories you could have done.
Yeah,
with
but
literally any other character.
Okay, but people love them some Wolverine. Come on.
Yeah, they love you some huge Axemen.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Logan's good though, isn't it?
I've not. That's the one I haven't seen.
Me either, but I've heard it's good. I basically just base all my opinions on what the consensus says, so it's fine.
I just can't find any. I can't find any streaming service.
Anyway,
maybe some Prime. I haven't checked.
So after we see Rosario Dawson, what's the next
we
part
don't see
of the
her.
trailer?
Basically, there's a few more points I just wanted to get onto. It is rumored that Boba Fett will appear in this season in some shape or form. There's a shot of Mandalorian riding away on a speeder bike with what looks to be Mandalorian armor on the back with the jetpack and helmet of Boba Fett.
Interesting. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a quick shot, but
just low-key robs Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's just it's me. Like how we're guest appearing in this show. It's actually just me and.
Oh yeah. Armor, Are you? Wait, you're just wearing Boba Fett's armor?
Exactly.
Like okay, I get it.
No, but
or Boba Fett's like in the bathroom, just like peeing, and then the Mandalorian sticks his gun in. Take off all your clothes. Like in the movie where they get the guard take off the uniform so the person can disguise themselves.
Every
as the
Star Wars movie.
Yeah, exactly.
TV show. They do it about like 20 times in every single animated show.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like every episode's like it's like a Scooby-Doo plot point. Like Venom loses his glasses every episode, and in Star Wars, a stormtrooper's armor gets stolen every episode.
Yeah. And Mandalorian's like, oh, it's me, Boba Fett. It's a me, a Boba Fett.
Is he like?
I'm a shooter the meatballs with my gun.
Is he French Italian? I'm confused.
I got to eat in the star like a pit, but I'm back.
No, but the actor who played
Wait, why is he back? Didn't he get eaten?
No, okay. Well,
Do you want to
have you not seen Parks and Rec?
Oh, actually, I think you told me about this, where like he shoots the Sarlacc dude like in the butt or something, then he gets vomited out.
I don't know. Okay, basically this is
There's this comic, right?
Yeah, but all that's not canon anymore because Disney sucks and they took
Oh.
all the expanded universe and made it non-canon.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
So wait, so what happened? Did he like?
So basically, no one really knows. That's kind of the mystery and intrigue of Boba
Ooh.
Fett. The whole point of Boba Fett and why it made this
Retcon,
character
baby.
so no, but the whole point of Boba Fett and why it was such an icon at the time was that it
People
was just,
are nerds. That's why.
Yeah, it was just this mass like kind of bounty hunter. He had so much potential because that's the whole point of the original Star Wars trilogy.
I wear a mask now. People don't talk about me like that.
Well, I do, Joshua.
I'm wearing a mask right now while we do this podcast.
Is it the Bane mask?
No one cared who I was until I put on the mask.
I knew it.
I was born in the dark, molded by it. You merely adopted the dark.
Good. Oh no, Batman kicked me in the face and now I'm dead.
Anyway,
Anyway.
been worse.
Yeah.
That was. I'll give you a C+ for that. Usually you're at a D. That's a
Thank
C.
you.
That's
Thank
a C.
you. I mean,
Take off a plus. It's a C.
do I my doing accents of privilege?
No, you do
Back?
not.
No, okay. Anyway, basically the intrigue of Boba Fett was really that he was this super cool looking guy who appeared in the worst Star Wars piece of media ever, the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, then really? Then they put him in the second movie?
Yeah, so basically his first appearance was in a parade in a completely white armored suit. He was in a parade for some reason, and then they brought him over in an animated short in the Christmas special. And then, kind of through there, he was brought into Empire as this was one of the bounty hunters, and people loved him.
That's so cool.
So they gave him a short little thing in the beginning.
Where they
last
killed
one.
him. That's so funny.
In the most worst way possible. Han Solo turns around with a giant stick, a blind Han Solo, and he just like fell into the side like
That's not bad.
I thought you would choke it. I thought you would.
Boba Fett, where? Ow, my face. And then Robert would fall into the Sarlacc pit.
You just hit my face.
I wanted to be real for our listeners.
I was listening. You actually just punched me square in the
I didn't
jaw
punch you. I backslapped you.
with a metal stick.
Not a metal stick with my hand. This isn't the first time I've hit you during the pod, and it won't be the last. So.
I gave you too much power by making you co-host.
Anyways, so yeah, Boba Fett's in Mandalorian season 2.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here, you have some blood. No, I'm
Do
just
I
kidding.
actually?
No, I'm kidding.
I taste blood. That's not a good sign. No. Anyway, quick notes before we move to the next thing. I do really like the directorial style of the season. We have a lot more interesting shots, like the shot of the stormtroopers right down the hallway, and
Yeah.
the kind of really cool speeder bike chases we're gonna get. I do hope that I feel like Boba Fett's gonna come in like kind of if he does come in as a kind of a long-standing role, I think it's gonna be like John Kreese in the new Cobra Kai series. He's gonna be like the bad Mandalorian who just wants Baby Yoda.
Ooh, I kind
So
of
he's
like
gonna
that.
be like teaching how to use his jetpack and doing all this like cool stuff with him. And then he's gonna be like, okay, the child's mine. I'm taking him, making a ton of money off the Empire, who I still work for.
Yo, I kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The
And that's-
anti-Mando, like
exactly.
where he has, yeah, okay.
He has no honor. He's just a merciless bounty hunter.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and that's the one good thing that's come out of this entire segment. How long have we been recording for, Joshua?
Over 15 minutes. But you're right. In terms of, you said the directorial style is really cool. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the boat.
Oh yeah, the boat.
They're on a boat.
Dude, it's awesome.
It's really
Finally.
cool. I like boats. But you're absolutely right. The visuals look so good
Diversifying.
in this. Like just the color palettes look so
Yeah.
crisp and sharp. There's lots of grays and whites and whatnot.
Yeah.
Very cool.
There's also a scene where he's like underwater for some reason. Like a
Yeah,
cage.
that was-
What do you think do you think that's on the boat? Like he was maybe he was just out sea. He got kicked off a ship, and then like they picked him up, and he's like in the the cage at the bottom with all the krill, and he's just like, hey, I'm down here. Let me up on the main part of the boat, guys.
Yeah. All I know is rust is bad.
Well, Beskar actually has a chemical compound in it which prevents rust.
Oh,
No,
well.
I'm joking.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it probably does, to be quite honest.
Well, you see how shiny the armor
But
is?
his loins might be a bit damp after that incident.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, exciting. And it looks like we're going to get this October 30th. But something that has a less confirmed date is WandaVision. coming out at a to be confirmed time in 2020. Trailer looks pretty damn good.
I know this. But before we get to that, though, I have a prediction of when it's going to come out.
Oh.
Okay, so The Mandalorian starts streaming October 30th.
It does.
And I think it has like an 8 to 10 episode run, which would place it exactly the ending around Christmas. And they did say that WandaVision will release in sometime in 2020. So my prediction is that they're literally just going to keep the cash cow of money that The Mandalorian would bring and all the new subscribers and keep on with the new Marvel show.
Smart.
Because this is the first MCU thing coming out in such a long time. I think the last thing was Captain Marvel.
Yeah, well, 2020 has been the first year since 2009 without an MCU movie being released. Yeah, I guess Black Widow was supposed to drop in May.
Oh yeah, it was.
Something else was supposed to come out in the fall, wasn't
Eternals, I believe.
Yeah, maybe. So pretty crazy. It's been a while.
Yeah, but I also think they're just gonna like kind of keep the cash going and just like here's the next Marvel show, and from there I'm surprised it took them this long. Like I would think that they would have these Marvel shows out like a long time ago, but we're finally getting them at least.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think it's gonna come out Christmas, holiday season. Everyone's back at home. Everyone's kind of doesn't have much to do. Snow, cold weather. Watch WandaVision.
Exactly. We're gonna be stuck outside because coronavirus, and we're all gonna be,
having Christmas dinners in someone's backyard.
Exactly.
6 feet of snow.
6 feet of snow between us. Like he'll be at the top and I'll be at the bottom. No, but this looks very good. Like I was so skeptical when they first announced this. I was like, a show about Wanda and Vision, like, and with the title like WandaVision.
Yeah, the title's a tad askew.
I'm loving iSport. The more I've heard about this, the more I've seen of it, the more everything. It's just been warming me up to this idea. Because you know why?
Why, Robert?
It's different.
What?
It's something we have never seen before in the MCU. It isn't basic MCU formula, which this looks like a completely new show that's taking influences from all these different places that no other Marvel movie has even dared to touch yet.
Yeah.
It's a, television hopping, sitcom dropping new show about this crazy group of kids just in love.
Yeah, it looks really cool. I think it's definitely going to be like a mind twister. I think it's going to be kind of playing on a lot of TV tropes in different eras. You're going to see them as like this typical family or maybe even the nuclear family, right? What the nuclear family was considered, or this idealistic family or couple in like the 50s and 60s, cuts to the 90s, maybe like the 2000s. But I think it's going to be it's going to be like in Wanda's head. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's going to be her projecting this fake world, this mental world on like Vision and whoever else, this illusion essentially. Whether it's her or there's other, I believe the villain's name is Mephisto, right?
Yeah.
And he is a
deity in the.
Yeah, but he's a villain that's concentrated with magic in the mind, right?
Exactly.
So whether he's playing on these illusions, trying to murder a bunch of people or whatever, whether it's Wanda perpetuating these illusions and this mental imaginative thing.
So do you believe that Wanda has gone inside the mind of Vision and has created this construct for the both of them? Because it appears like Vision has his own personal mindset, which is unattached from the actual constraints of just Wanda. It isn't right. A projection. It seems that Vision is actually there.
Because Vision got his rock yanked out of his dome there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's interesting because Vision is technically Jarvis, right? So what if Wanda has just like gone into a coma? She's in this mental world with what's left of Jarvis, and Jarvis is manifested itself in her mind as Vision, and perhaps is trying to wake her up to set her back into the real world, while Mephisto wants to grab her and use her power for his nefarious purposes.
Maybe it's like a VR thing. Wanda put VR on and Jarvis was in the computer, so she's in a wacky VR venture.
Well, that's basically what it is, right?
Kind of.
It's like all those episodes where a character is like lost in their own mind and is having these like nightmares or you know what I mean? I feel like the show is basically be one long slog of that. I'm excited though. Like you said, this is different. This looks extremely cool. The lady in the trailer, part of the initial couple that WandaVision is sitting down with, as well as in the car, who kind of looks like a witch. She has a cool laugh afterwards. I think she might be the big bad. Maybe she's Mephisto.
She's rumored to be I forget the character name, but a henchman of Mephisto in the comic books.
All right, big fella.
And yeah, basically she's going to be, I feel like either she's someone who has been pulled in from outward, like Wanda has just been pulling people in like crazy, and bringing people into this kind of mind palace that she's created in this whole cult of reality, so to call. But we also see hints of other things, such as the I believe the superhero name is Phantom, the little girl from Captain Marvel. Yeah, she's actually the person who was
lying on the ground.
Yeah, lying on the ground after being like shot through like time and space and stuff.
Very interesting. She's the girl from Captain Marvel, eh?
Exactly. And there's also in this trailer, she's in the background, but also in that scene where like they're picking her up with the helicopter. In the background, you can see. I'm so bad. I really should have wrote all the character names down. But Darcy Lewis from the Thor movies.
All right.
She's also in this as well. So
that makes me less excited, but fine.
Yeah. I haven't seen Thor 2 in a while. But
I would disagree with your assessment that the lady who we spoke about, who's like a henchman of Mephisto, is somebody like a person drawn in by Wanda. I think she's like a legitimate henchman, like a mystic, a spirit, some sort of supernatural entity.
Could she be possessed possibly by Mephisto?
Perhaps. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
Is
that what you were alluding to?
Yeah, maybe like when Vision touches her head, he frees her from this kind of the spell that Mephisto has cast upon her.
Interesting. Right, because that's why she says, "I am dead because you are," because Vision died in real life.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's
Vision
probably
is dead in this universe, and that's why they know.
Yeah, or maybe whether he's dead in real life or he's dead in life and in the universe, so she can see that. Interesting. Another note, little allusions to Halloween as well, eh? She's in a witch costume, has a little dye in her hair, has the witch laugh, as well as Vision appears to be dressed in a Halloween costume.
I love this so much.
His original costume?
I would love, like, I swear if I did not have a Halloween costume, I've been working on it for months, right, for Halloween, I would so cosplay as Vision.
Oh my god, that'd be sick.
Oh, and you could be Wanda. You could be the Wanda costume.
Yes. Post it on the RobCast Twitter.
I'm getting my sewing machine out, guys. We're doing it.
Forget the Mandalorian helmet. It's garbage now. Yeah. It's trash.
Oh, amazing.
WandaVision.
No, but also I'm just I love when they pay homage to comics like this. You know, like if it's just like some sort of like if it's. I just love it, you know. It's quirky, it's funny, it's silly.
It's very cool.
Just like Vision's face, he just like has this like big balaclava or whatever you call it.
Balaclava.
And just around his face, and he's like, "What's going on, guys?
Going to the movies."
Oh, we're bringing this joke back again.
Oh god, a joke that definitely no one gets. Of Tom Cruise going to the movies, drinking.
I'm the only one that thinks it's funny.
Probably. Anyways. Exciting.
Yeah, but
Elizabeth Olsen is great.
Yeah.
And I'm tremendously excited.
Exactly. I do really like the 60s aesthetic though. Like literally you play a 60s song, I'm in.
That's true.
I'm into like the 60s motif of music.
I like the
jazz piano.
I agree. I like the aesthetic as well. It's quite good.
And also I love how they play with the aspect ratio of the trailer. Like it starts in this kind of old school TV show, rounded edges sort of thing.
Yeah, like the square old TV.
Yeah, and then it has the scene where it has Eric's mom from the 70s show and they're having this little family dinner and they're asking about the origins. The aspect ratio of the actual trailer opens out wider and wider and wider as Vision and Wanda's perception of the reality that they're in, which they have no clue, and their perception gets wider as well. It definitely seems very aesthetically and directorially different, and I hope that's just not a trailer thing. I hope that's agreed. Like a thing that's actually brought to the TV show quite.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was also mistaken that lady wasn't with the couple that sat down with him, but she was present in one of the earlier shots that 60s aesthetic.
She's doing a 60s motif. Darling, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forget.
It's all good.
Yeah. But honestly, I'm very excited for this, and
what's very.
So, Joshua, we have some very exciting news revolving around the Snyder Cut of Justice League. So originally, the original deal about the Snyder Cut was Zack Snyder would be given, I believe it was $40 million to touch up visual effects, and then release the Snyder Cut later in 2021, 2022 on HBO Max. But it is some new amazing news has come out saying that Zack Snyder will begin filming new scenes for Justice League in October with Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Ray Fisher, all expected to reprise their roles. I feel like this is going to make the movie so much better because basically Zack Snyder just has the power of hindsight. He's been watching all of our YouTube reviews of how to make the Justice League good or what the Justice League should have been. And you can just take what he has, film a ton of new stuff, spend even more money on this movie.
Yeah, I know. The budget's going to be out of control.
I want to look back and see how much money they actually did spend on this movie.
Holy bananas.
Because do they have to pay the actors again for reshoots, or like is it still in the contract that it's like the same movie?
They definitely they definitely have to pay them again
Yeah.
or more, something. I would assume. Yeah, it's very interesting. I guess because they're receiving additional revenue streams from this, and maybe they really want HBO Max to get off the tarmacs, if you will.
They realize that like, okay, this big thing's missing from this movie because we didn't finish filming it.
Right, exactly. So
like the scene with Batman and Superman, hug and sure, a sweet kiss on the cheek after not seeing each other again.
That's true.
Superman died.
I'm gonna cuddle for a bit.
Yeah, and then talked about their moms. Like that was a pivotal scene. And the original Snyder Cut, it was just unfilmed.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I do think that this will make. I like it. It'll make it. This will be an actual movie. It won't just be Zack Snyder editing together his stuff and trying to make the best of it. We'll get his true vision for the Justice League.
Exactly.
And I think that that's the right move in terms of receiving a better final cut of the movie and a better product. Whether from a financial perspective it is, who's to say? Perhaps it is, to be quite honest, if they really want HBO Max to get going, and this is such a draw for a lot of people. Like, hey, I'm considering paying it for a month to watch the movie.
Exactly.
But
they need something good to like. It needs to be good. It isn't the fact that
exactly
people will sign up either way, but if it's good, people might stay for a little while. So you're like, okay, this is
Sure.
really good. What else do they have? And then they might explain some Game of Thrones, whatever HBO has, besides those two properties. No, but this is actually really exciting. I honestly feel like this is going to be really good for fan uproar because if fans didn't like it, there would be so many. Release the real Snyder Cut and give Zack Snyder money to reshoot the scenes he wasn't able to shoot. So they're just avoiding the step because that's going to happen. People are going to be like, release the real Snyder Cut. The studios push Zack Snyder to create a 4-hour thing and it's overextended and stuff. Have Zack Snyder, edit it down to what he wants and create the real Snyder Cut, the one that we all wanted and needed and asked for.
Or no, you know what they do?
DC sucks.
They'd be like, we want Snyder cut. We want him cut physically or cut from the studio because he did such a bad job.
We want to cut his hair because his hair is way too long. Zack Snyder. He has the Corona haircut. Somebody needs to come over there with a pair of scissors and just kind of give him a nice haircut.
Maybe if the movie was so bad, they'd say #the Snyder, but we want Snyder, but not this version of the movie.
Okay.
Or maybe we want Snyder's butt because that's better to look at.
In the movie.
In the movie.
Okay.
That would improve it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'd be #Snyder rut. Like, he's in a bit of a rut with his directorial career. Mm-hmm. This isn't the best thing he could have put forward.
To be fair, he's done some pretty good stuff, Zack Snyder. Like I recently watched Dawn of the Dead. That's a very good zombie movie.
Right. Or maybe
it's no Train to Busan, but it's pretty good.
It could be maybe #the Snyder tut, like you're tutting at him, like,
or like King Tuts, because they go back to Apocalypse goes all the way back to Egyptian.
That's true.
Stuff.
Yeah, so maybe that was just one part of the movie that they really liked, but the rest wasn't that good. Mm-hmm. Or perhaps #Snyder not. This dude's crazy. This movie made no sense.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
And there's also an acorn tree in this movie. It's the eternal tree of life. No, that's Thor.
Yeah, no. #Snyder Lutz. Perhaps he collaborated with.
Let's go to the movies. Tom Cruise endorsement.
I was gonna say NFL kicker Will Lutz and him perhaps collaborated on the movie, and Will Lutz's input didn't turn out to be the best.
Okay, let me try one. Snyder. I got nothing.
Snyder putt, maybe.
Oh, you're amazing! They all go mini golfing.
Yeah, there's a mini golf scene in the movie that went in the wrong direction. Yeah. But hey, maybe team bonding. But that was more of the Joss Whedon style, not Snyder style. Yeah. So the Snyder #Snyder putt. That's a bad thing that was in the movie.
Exactly. No. It's them trying to recapture the Joss Whedon eating shawarma scene in the movie. They're all just playing mini golf, and Batman has his arms around Superman, guiding him as he puts the putter in,
just like Martha used to do it. Why did you say that name?
That name.
And of course, the most obvious #Snyder. What?
This is great.
The movie was so bad. It makes people just go, "What?"
I know. Yes, we're gonna get canceled for even suggesting that this movie will be bad.
Oh,
we're excited. We love this movie. It's gonna be great.
We'll see. I
think we both think it's gonna be the best movie ever.
Well,
no. We both have the exclusive conclusion. This will be the best piece of cinema ever released.
It'll be a very unique vision, and I'm a fan of unique, different visions, different perspectives.
Best movie ever.
Sure. Anywho,
yeah. In other news,
why don't we move on to the next article of news?
Okay. It's a very interesting accent.
Speaking of DC.
HBO Max has ordered an 8-episode run for John Cena Peacemaker, which will, of course, it's so dumb.
This looks so good. What are you talking about? It's my favorite.
Okay, who will appear in the upcoming Suicide Squad movie. So, yeah, that's just happening. This is it seems pretty legit from what sources are have been telling us, but like, it's really a gambit putting something out this early before the show. Like, I feel like they saw like responsible, like people saying like it's Captain America, but he doesn't care if he kills people and stuff. And taking that and kind of just being like, oh, people like John Cena in this role, let's make another cash grab TV show about it on HBO Max. You know?
Yeah, that's incredibly stupid.
To be fair, if Peacemaker is a good character and the show's good,
no,
this would be
John Cena's not a good actor. Number one, he can be in movies like Fast and the Furious, but aside from that and in brief cameos, I have lots of doubts.
I watched a firefighter movie yesterday with like him.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
Like him.
Yeah,
like,
I saw
with like taking care of children, like a firefight station.
Yeah, he's reached his I guess Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg,
exactly,
Arnold Schwarzenegger phase of his career.
Just like he does kids movies. Does he have kids? Is he just doing these movies for them?
Does John Cena have children? Oh, who doesn't know?
Exactly.
John Cena. Oh my god.
Yeah. Joshua, you're an old man. You don't need to work technology.
No, there won't. Apparently, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
He's married to Nikki Bella, who is I believe a WWE personality.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he has like nieces and nephews or like grandchildren. Not grandchildren. You need to have children and grandchildren. Maybe he has like other fan members that maybe just wants to do some kids movies.
Maybe. Hey.
And then again, you did Blockers recently, which was not a kids movie.
Yeah, she appears to be a wrestler as well.
Oh, that's cool. Anyway, so he will of course appear. Not her. Peacemaker. Yeah, she's actually going to be.
She will actually take over the role as Peacemaker in this HBO series.
It's going to be the gender flipping.
It'll be like Lois and Clark, but Peace and Maker.
Peace and Maker.
Oh boy,
it's going romantic comedy where he goes around the world and
John Peace and Nicole Maker are in love,
and they're going to make her some peace.
But they're also superheroes / villains. I don't really know.
Anti-heroes, but they're in prison.
Batman killed them both. This is another Batman TV show.
No, but honestly, like I feel like this works if they're doing it now.
It won't work.
But if they start filming and producing it now, I feel like by the time Snyder Cut's ready, this might be close in the pipeline.
You're right.
So it might just be the Mandalorian thing where they keep chaining people on to the streaming service by having
it will
this
work.
character.
Sorry to interrupt, but because if they film it now, everyone will get corona and die.
Okay, yes.
So
the show will be canceled.
That will work.
And we'll all be happy.
Interesting. Anyways, no, that's an interesting theory though.
No, it's all about the streaming wars in the future. Everything's
right.
Streaming.
So yeah, they'll have content kind of coming out one after the other.
Yeah, because
good point.
Like we said, like you said, you were debating signing up for a month and then leaving.
I was kind of was I?
Yeah, but you said you were debating. The point is just for the month.
Yeah,
for
sure.
And then leaving. So
you're right.
If they maybe show Peacemaker, and if Peacemaker really does, have a very big role in the new Suicide Squad movie, becomes a fan favorite. I doubt he will, because there's so much other talent in that movie. I doubt I'll be hung up on Peacemaker.
Yeah, no. Well, forget. Honestly, though, like it can't even. I'm probably gonna be signed up for Apple TV anyways, because they have a similar thing.
Yeah.
They have Peacemaker. It's like a cooking show.
Oh, okay. So
it's
50 ways to make peas, 50 minutes or less.
It's Vin Diesel. Yeah, he just cooks peas. It's only a 5-episode series.
Okay.
String beans, long beans, baked beans. Mashed peas.
Beans. Yeah.
Sorry, peas. Damn it, I'm on drugs. Yeah. Long beans.
What?
Actual peas.
What kind of beans are you on, Joshua?
Peas. Anyways, urine, peas.
Yeah.
Okay. Peas. It's like a Bear Grylls comes and they do an episode on how to drink a pee in the wild. Oh boy,
this is an off the rails podcast.
This is such a good episode.
Off the rails podcast. New podcast name. Remember. Get me
OTR.
OTR.
That's not on the record though, or off the record. But
watch, there's gonna be some other. I swear, every time we come up with a podcast name, I Google it, and there's like 50 other podcasts with the same name.
I know, because we're not original.
Exactly.
The not original podcast.
The not original podcast.
Anyway,
yeah. Well, I think that's all.
Jonathan
Should we get to the recommends?
Why don't?
So this week I've been putting an end to a very long road I've been on.
What road is that?
I think it's been like a month, maybe a month and a half. I've watched the entirety of Parks and Recreation.
Nice. That's an appropriate amount of time.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah. That's fine.
Well, even in the current scenario, yeah. But I I really like this show. Like, I definitely feel like the last season was, I feel like the last season will take a step up because it was very different. I feel like this is a current theme. It's just like I like things that are different from formula.
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like it was very good. Like, it's a classic mockumentary style sitcom, and those very easily, give you very interesting and dynamic stories, which characters that can be very complex because they're basically telling their thoughts, ambitions, and dreams to the camera, which allows them to have a lot of subtext. Basic stuff. And basically, the show really, went strong for a few seasons. I actually like the seasons that are also often regarded as the good seasons, the middle ones. I actually find me not preferring the kind of more, less streamlined first seasons compared to later ones. But I feel like the last season, it does what all good sequels do: have a nice time jump, and we see how characters react to that. Provides a very good, satisfying ending because they know they ended on their own terms. They knew they were going to end. They gave every character about 5 different endings, as in they kept resolving issues that apparently were never there. But but some of them have like Gary, Jerry, whatever name you want to call him, Larry.
It's Jerry.
I don't know. It's actually
I watched
Gary.
like up to
It's
season
Gary.
4 or 5. I don't know. I tuned in, or I popped in once when Rob was watching a later season. They called him Gary, and I was so confused.
Okay, no, because basically on his first day, his boss called him Larry, and then for
Larry,
Jerry, and then for 30 years he was called Jerry, and then eventually it was found out in a court of law when Leslie was like getting in trouble because she was dating Ben, that his actual name was Gary, and that he just never corrected him. And then for the next few seasons, they kept changing his name to, Larry, Terry, Scary, Mongary, and to who knows what until it finally landed back on Gary. And that's kind of his resolution. And then they have another resolution becomes mayor. But I do feel like it's very satisfying in the end. And one thing that I would like to say is that Johnny Karate, Burt Macklin, Chris Pratt in the show is literally the funniest person. And it is insane that they were going to throw him out after the first season. I'm so glad they kept him because it is like honestly so funny.
They're probably going to keep Mark Brandanowitz and throw him out, and they reversed it.
Yeah,
which was the right choice.
Yeah, like I feel like Mark, his time on the show was good. Like he provided something to Leslie. I just really couldn't say anything between them.
No, of course not. Well, the common refrain with Parks and Rec is that the first season is kind of bad, and then it really hits its stride after that. So perhaps they needed that feeling out process with the characters and what direction they were going to go in. And then they're like, okay, boom, 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 this is what we're going to do. Yeah. They kind of hit their stride. I watched eons ago when I was a young lad, the first perhaps 4 or 5 seasons. Robert's lucky. He has Amazon Prime. I had to like illegally stream it off shifty sites.
Wow.
And that makes it infinitely more difficult. But I enjoyed it at the time.
Yeah, you paid your time for it, Josh. You recently got out for
I actually just came out of jail.
Because you
2-year term. Yeah. I've learned my lesson, and I'm a changed man now.
Was it worth it, Joshua?
Yeah, it was. I really found myself in jail. It was a lot of time alone, a lot of soul searching, a lot of hard nights, a lot of early mornings. But I really found who I am, and I'm ready to take the next step back in society. And I just like to thank the listeners of the RobCast for accepting me and for sending all those letters to the district attorney, which really helped get my sentence reduced. So thank you very much, and I really owe you an eternal debt of gratitude.
It's beautiful. That's where someone's listening to this podcast for the first time and they're hearing this, being like, "What the hell's this context here?" Our backstories are deep and intricate.
It's true.
Yes.
Let's keep it serious because this is a really big part of my life.
I'll tell you, Joshua. Do you have anything to recommend to the fine people?
Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah, nice. So, what do you have to recommend?
I have one episode left on the Scream TV show, which came out like in 2010, 2015-ish. I think 2015-ish, because that's a lot of fairly modern references. Mm-hmm. I have the last episode, which is a extended episode titled Halloween/Halloween 2. Second season kicked up. Okay, it's really interesting. I noticed it a lot with shows like Riverdale and Scream. I find myself analyzing it, seeing what the writers and directors did well, what they didn't do well. I feel with Scream, I probably should have prepared this beforehand, but I feel like a good TV show has a good trashy teen TV show has a checklist that you can get, that you go through to see whether it's a good show. Number 1, good likable characters. Riverdale has that. Scream has that. Characters are very good.
Smallville has that.
That's neither here nor there. Good characters, hot, good backstories.
Wait, did you say hot?
Excellent.
Is it a requirement that all have to be attractive? Joshua?
Number 2, I mean, another thing I noticed with Scream is that while the plot lines are good, they want to get a lot of mystery. It's kind of like a slasher thing, right? Slasher/mystery thing. So they want to really have that mystery. But I feel like they're unable to build it up enough. The pacing is a bit uneven. They're not able to build it up enough, so you have that final finish where like, oh my god, what the hell? What is going on? Mm-hmm. It's a lot of build up, but the oomph isn't necessarily there. The build up doesn't necessarily equate to what they show you at the end. And a lot of the plot choices they go through are relatively simple, which is fine. Like they go through a lot of cliched stuff, a lot of simple plot choices.
Some may say that that's actually the kind of the ideal part of Scream being such a franchise that mocks other.
Okay,
Halloween
that's not what I'm talking about. Let me talk, man.
Okay.
I'm saying like just their choices with they're not mocking it. They just have a lot of basic plot choices. So like they decide to go with a lot of cliches. I don't have a specific example.
Emma loses her glasses again.
No, you haven't seen it. Just let me talk, okay? You don't have to chime in. You're good. Don't worry. Relax. And then what you have on the other side, Riverdale, which goes the opposite direction, where they have 50 million plot things, which are absolutely insane. So the show Scream does a lot of good things, but the build up, the final oomph doesn't. The build up doesn't lead directly into that final thing. Then again, I also haven't watched the last episode, but you see where the show is going. They had a big reveal in the second last episode, which was definitely a big reveal, really cool. But I feel like the build up didn't equate to that. I feel like they can make the show a bit more focused and have a really direct plot line. They can have a few smaller reveals earlier on rather than just kind of keep us a bit in the dark for longer. Give us a little bit of tidbits, tease the build to this larger thing, give us a bit more mystery, a bit more intrigue through revealing a few more things to us rather than keeping us, the viewer, in the dark for most of the season. But overall, very entertaining show. I enjoyed it. Spooky. Definitely, if I did a bit more prep, I could go into whole thing into it, but this is just recommends, and definitely 2 people have watched this show, so it's fine. But I'm enjoying it, excited to watch the last episode, and that would be my recommend for this week. I don't think I've watched anything else. Robert and I...
Yep, we did start watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, again, this is another show that I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons back when I was a young lad, when I was a young boy.
Have you ever finished a TV show?
Yeah, just not...
That's not The Office or Community?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, although I didn't watch the newest season.
Oh my god.
No, I have. Suits I didn't finish. But these things are so long.
18?
The problem is, I would have finished these TV shows, but at the time I was illegally streaming it, so it was such a pain to go and find
this is like back
episodes.
In the early 2000s where like you would dial up internet.
Not that far back.
You know, this is back in the 90s when you were
like 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't have a lot of streaming services back then, or back as much, or access to them.
Yeah,
but.
One thing that's good about streaming services is that content is more available than ever. You don't have to go.
Well, when you have the streaming services,
you don't have to go to your local Blockbuster and pick up the DVD pack for Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 1 and DVD. Yeah. But anyway, Buffy. Joss Whedon. This was his entry kind of TV show, like his first really big thing that kind of got him on the map.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to think that all these small-time TV directors, even the Russo brothers, started their career off in TV shows and then moved on to be these huge $100 billion Marvel movie directors, such as, the Russo brothers and Joss Whedon.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Money's in the TV, I'm telling you. But
yeah, we just started, watched the first episode. Quite fun.
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, fun little early 2000s or late 90s teen drama, spookiness. It's great. We're going to be having a lot more Halloween spooky, scary content now that October is essentially a week away.
Yeah.
Today is Thursday, September 24th. So next episode, we might start with a little Halloweeny stuff.
I believe Netflix is coming up with a new Halloween movie starring
Adam Sandler. Hoopy Halloween.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do that one. Maybe we'll
probably not do that one.
Maybe I believe we said we might do Scream 2, possibly some of the Halloween.
We can talk about Scream and Scream 2. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a very horrifying Halloween of the RobCast.
Agreed. Yeah. Well, Hubie Halloween hits a bit close to home. An old man obsessed with Halloween. Everyone in the neighborhood thinks he's a loser.
I saw this.
That's gonna be me in 2030.
I saw this trailer. I said to the Joshua, I'd be like, "This is literally you."
So yeah, but yeah, interesting, excited. Fall, Halloween, spooky, scary, skeletons, RobCast. Let's absolutely go.
Okay.
Thank you all for listening. let me just tuck you into bed and kiss you on the cheek and
Okay, I think Joshua is on some sort of beans.
Arrivederci.
Yeah. So subscribe to all the socials. They'll be in the description of this podcast, YouTube channel as well.
The Twitter account that we forgot the password to.
Yeah.
And
Rob out.